Com here with Joe Madden, and it is halftime or close to it. Just getting the TV on in the studio, and of the Dolphins Saints game. Joe, what do you think of this one so far?
Great defensive games so far. We're seeing a lot out of both of these teams defensively. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing. These are the kind of games that I like. I don't like, I do like the high scoring competitive ones, but I also like the strong defensive games as well.
Yeah, I'm a defense guy all the way, but I just think that the Dolphins offense I just think they're way outperforming the Saints here, and we're just not seeing the payoff a few of these times. And I think what we're seeing here is that, a lot of people who haven't been watching the Dolphins recently because of that slow start. A lot of people are probably seeing Tua for the first time, like up close and personal like this, and he is putting on a show. This guy has one of the best arms you will ever see. I've said this before, and there's a reason why people felt that he was going to be the number one overall player taken. And I said I wanted Herbert at the time, and I also said last year, I said I felt that Tua had the ability, and he certainly has the tools to become one of the all-time greats, and I think we're seeing it. I mean, this guy's got an arm. I mean, that
Absolutely.
ball is just perfect every single time. It's not like any wavering. I mean, this guy's one of the best pure passers I've ever seen. I have to say it. There was remember, like, people thought that teams were tanking to get him, that he was seen as that type of player at Alabama, and then he was injured and didn't get to do it. Of course, his first play at Alabama, his first action came in the second half of that game against Georgia when they were trailing, rallied the tide back, won through the game winner in overtime, and he took the starting job from Jalen Hurts, who ended up transferring to Oklahoma. But we get here to the second half, and what a game it is.
Absolutely. Tua's offensive line needs to hold, though. There's been a couple of sacks on him, and that O-line just isn't holding at some point.
This guy is one of the best throwers of the football I've ever seen. And I mean, I've watched football my entire life. And I mean, if you can't see that, then I don't know what the hell you're watching, or you don't know what you're watching. But anyways, we got the Dolphins minus a half for the second half at plus 115 is what I'm showing. I got the Saints at plus half, minus 135. The money line is just minus 115 for the Dolphins, minus 105 for the Saints. The total, 17.5. Dolphins team total, 9.5. A lot of pressure on the over there. And the Saints, the team total, 7.5. A lot of pressure on the under here. So,
I like both the overs on those team totals, Mitch.
I love the Saints under. Love the Saints under.
Love it under?
I do not think they are going to score a point this game. I think we're going to see a shutout. They are absolutely pathetic. And John Payton can talk about Ian Book all he wants. He's dead wrong. This guy sucks. And I don't care if it's Bill Parcells, Vince Lombardi, Nick Saban, and whoever else coaching this guy. Zero chance. Slim just left town. I do not see the Saints having any chance in this game. Zero.
I don't see it. I see the second half.
They gained about 6 yards in the first half.
Yeah,
they gained about 6 yards.
And they moved it down, but we keep seeing them almost getting there. I really do think they're going to be able to put something together in the second half. I give them the over. I don't think they're winning this game at all.
I'm going max bet Dolphins minus a half. Max bet Dolphins money line. Max bet Dolphins over. Max bet Saints under. I love this one.
I'm just taking those two team totals over on both of them. I think the Saints can get over that 7.5, and I know the Dolphins can get over that 9.5.
What game are you watching where they can score a touchdown? What game?
They're going to score a touchdown.
Joe, what game?
I can see it.
What game are you watching?
I'm watching the same game as you, and I'm seeing them play tight. I'm seeing the defense being able to get that ball in certain situations. There's been a couple of times where they
35 yards, 35 yards passing, 3 sacks. Okay, 35 yards passing, sacked 3 times, 32 yards rushing. Where are you seeing 7 points here?
I'm not saying it's gonna come from the Saints offense. I think their defense is gonna make something happen.
Oh, no chance.
We saw them hit Tua once. It was a huge hit. They were able to get that ball away. I can see it happening again. I can see them getting the points on the board here.
I see.
I think we have over 7.5.
I'm gonna
I
say.
think this game is destined,
I'm gonna
for
say
them to get over.
absolutely no chance of that happening.
Okay.
In my
Well,
book.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna take Miami's 9.5 over. I'm gonna stay off the side for the second half.
So some of these lines moved, is what happened. Didn't get.
Because you're arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you. I just
No,
don't.
I know you're not.
I'm trying
joking.
to understand how the Saints are going to get 7 points here. I just do not see this. I mean, they've got 67 yards in the first half of a football game. You have a quarterback who's never played before, who's getting dog chowed. I mean, he's not like, oh, he's fighting the good fight, he's making good decisions. Anything. He is getting whooped. I mean, absolutely whooped. I just don't see. He completed 5 passes because they leave this guy open because he's the stiff, right? They know he can't beat him. It's kind of like almost like a semi-prevent defense. And then anytime like, oh, that guy can run. That's what we were talking about before in the video. No, he can't. Not against an NFL defense, he can't. He's getting killed.
I just look at it, and Miami's had to change up their defense. They were first rushing him. Sean Payton's thrown things around, moved how he's playing those first down. They don't want to get in that third down position because Miami is so good at stopping that third down. And they're mixing it up, and I can see them being able to get a touchdown here. And I really do believe they're able to get a touchdown, and I believe they're able to get a field goal on top of that. So give me them.
They're not going to kick a field goal. They're not going to have the opportunity to do that. So the lines have moved now since we originally talked. So if you love that Saints team total over, there's so much pressure on the under. You get plus money now at the 7.5 on to the over, and on the Dolphins, the 9.5 is now minus 130 at the over. So it's I mean, that is what it is. We know that, but yeah, the Dolphins are minus a half. I got the Dolphins at minus a half the second half. I also did the money line, but I got plus money on the minus a half, and it's still there at plus money, but just plus 105 at this point. I'm hearing it's pick 'em at some books.
Yeah, I'm getting minus 112 and minus 116 on those totals, and a pick 'em on the second half total.
On the same numbers on the totals, the 9.5 and 7.5.
Yeah.
So you got minus 112 and
minus 116 on the 9.5
on the over.
Yeah. I've got both minus 16 on the over and the under for the second half. And then for the Saints, I've got over 7.5 at minus 112 and under at minus 118.
I have over 7.5 at plus 105.
Nice.
And I have the over on the Dolphins at 9.5, but I took the under on the Saints. I paid up the minus 135, which I never do. But I honestly, I do not see it. I do not see it. They scored 9 points against a lousy Tampa defense last week, and they didn't get they were inside and they could have kicked a field goal right there, but no way, I think they're lucky. They kicked the field goal. They're lucky they got the 3. They were lucky to get that.
They had a great drive that made that 3 points. They really did, and if they keep
but it wasn't going to. It was There was no way that drive was going to end in a touchdown. They knew that. That's why it was 4th and short, and they knew that they were going to have limited chances, and they still didn't go for it. Tua, so the person that mocked me for saying Tua put on a show, Tua 14 of 17, 116 yards. He was sacked twice in that game though too, and Jalen Waddle 7 catches for 62 yards. The Saints have no answers for him. He was only targeted 8 times. The only one that he didn't catch was that one down in the corner at about the 2 or 3 yard line where Tua put it over the wrong shoulder. Anyways, time for this Max Myers to go. We say our opinions respectfully, not mocking people, because anyone can come on here with a name and a logo or whatever, but laughing my ass off. We're laughing our ass off that this is how you entertain yourself, this and
Yeah,
that.
I don't understand why people entertain
Well,
themselves that
because
way.
he's a dick. You know, he's
Take a little bit of attention.
it's like, I'm a YouTube troll. You know, it's like, what do you do? It's like you meet
put that
somebody,
on a
right?
resume.
What do you do? I'm a YouTube troll. No, you're not. No, you're saying your opinion by putting down mine. Is how you're doing it. You're saying your opinion by putting down mine, right? You're not just saying your opinion. You're putting down mine, right? Mocking mine. Yeah, you're a joke. We're not even going to talk to you anymore. We're done. You didn't say, "Oh, I don't agree." You know, I think Tua doesn't look that good. You didn't say any of these things. What you did is you mocked my opinion, and even Joe, I don't agree with her. I asked her. I said, "Where are these points coming from? Where do they come from?" You know, it's called being respectful. But anyways, we don't care. Do a million of these shows and see a million people like you.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
The smart ones. So much smarter than us. And then we never see him again. Well, now he's apologized, so now I can't block him. But he's the
Thanks,
smart
Max, for
one.
apologizing.
We accept. We say stupid things all the time. We word them poorly.
Hey, don't put words in my mouth.
I do.
I do say stupid things all the time.
I do. And I
Come
use
on. I say offense.
my tone is also piss poor in most instances, and my attitude stinks. Kind of like Max. I hate that laughing emoji. I just hate that. I hate that and the clown.
I know. I heard that, and I was like, "Oh man, how many laughing emojis have I sent Mitch? Because I use it all the time."
No, not laughing at me. So
No,
the total is
laughing
17.
at
I don't have an opinion on that. If anything, it's a lean to the over. I think the Dolphins put up 20 here on them. I think that Saints defense is on the field all freaking game. There's only so long you can get dragged up and down the field the way the Saints are. I mean, their offense is hanging that defense out to drive. The Saints offense has been on the field only 11 minutes in the first half, and I mean, if they go 3 and out here, I mean, they're just going to drag them up and down the field again the second half.
Yeah, I think we have a competitive game here. I really do. I really see a competitive game in the second half. I see the points.
Max,
I see both them hitting their team totals. I'm not going to touch that.
Now
game
Max
total
is giving out bets after the bet is over, so I can do that too. I'm the king of that. I'm 100% in games I get to bet after, in games I've won after the bet is complete. Like if I get to say I took the first half under, I hammered it. You know, it's like after it's already happened. Well, here's the kickoff for the second half. And it, of course, like I think I would have to say at this point of the season, when we call these second half kickoffs, I'm going to say, has every single one gone out of the end zone? Have we had any returns? Have we ever had a return on this?
No, we haven't. Not so far this season.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
You can't. Well, I'm 100%. You have to, if you're going to make a pick, then you make a pick and then you own it. You don't come and throw your losers on the ground and say, yeah, I had this, but I had this one. Anyone can do it. And here's a little short pass by Book. This is about in his range, and the Saints get 2 yards, 3 yards maybe. This is that's him. That's his pass right there, dialed in. We saw Book at the college level, and I said this during the VIP show, that he absolutely struggled against the good teams and the speed defenses. And we also talked about pick sixes that we had seen him throw plenty of. We went through all the interceptions. They were all against speed defenses. And, of course, that second pass of the game went to the house. And that is the difference in this game as Book hands it off to, is it Ingram or Kamara? One of the two. I didn't see who was in. And my studio light is blocking it. I'm an armchair quarterback. It was Kamara. And now we have third and pretty solid amount here. This is 3rd and 4. So this is going to be a test. The Saints 26th in the NFL in third down conversions, 0 for 5 in this game. So if it's a quick 3 and out, or they get the conversion and maybe they tie this game up, like Joe Madden seems to think is going to happen. Book back to pass. He throws, almost intercepted, dropped by the defender. It's going to be a punt here. Boy, that would have been ball game with a Dolphin interception there at the 30-yard line. Wow, what was that, a bad pass? I mean, nobody was on.
I wish it was at the same time as you. I'm delayed.
Oh, wait till you see how hideous this thing is.
Oh,
he's lucky he's got a rag arm and it hit the turf and it was too low and outside to begin with, or else that's a pick. That one's going 6. That one's going for 6 again. Yeah, the Dolphins a little disappointed here.
It was a terrible pass.
Hideous. And fair catch here by the Dolphins. We get the ball at about the 24-yard line. That will stay for the Dolphins' first drive, too. What the heck? But after this, I got to go. I'm editing. Yep, Rod did take the Dolphins' defense. I like that play as well. I mentioned it, and Rod also gave it. So we give him 100% credit on it. It was pretty much a gift.
Absolutely was.
Just I'm not the Saints fan that Joe is, but I just sometimes there are games out there that just appear to be tremendous opportunities. And I thought that this game was one of those, rare gems that you get over the course of the season where it's just too freaking easy. Just too easy. I laid some big bets in this game besides those halftime bets that I bet. Here's my after the fact bets. They haven't been graded yet, and I don't even think they're in the money. But I hit them extremely hard before the game. Let me get them up because I have 2 of them on the alternative lines that I bet. So I have 2,000 on 2,000 on the Dolphins minus 6.5, and that's at plus 148. And then I put 2,500 on the Dolphins minus 9.5 at plus 223. So I just felt the Dolphins were easily going to win this thing by double digits. So we'll have to see what happens here. We're a field goal away from covering both of those. And, 2 quarters of shutout football, which is a lot easier said than done in the NFL these days. We got a hockey commercial here going. Any other games you have your eye on, Joe?
I just saw we got the nice win and cover with the Bulls over the Hawks. So that was good to see.
I had the Bulls as well. Nice.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, so that was good. And then we still got the Nets and Clippers game, and
that's on
lots of basketball going right now.
That one's on NBA TV. If you had the Bulls game on, it's going to be the next one on. And then I have the Grizzlies here against the Suns getting the points as my other premium. So I have the Dolphins, the Grizzlies, and the Bulls. And the Grizzlies up by 7. We're getting 6.5 in that game. So
like it.
Well, it's early. we're not going to start circling winners just yet. Tua gets the ball back, hands it to Lindsey, who he's so small it makes it look like he's getting more yards than what he's getting, but it looked like about 3 or 4. I think Jalen Waddle is just a superstar of superstars emerging onto the scene here if he can stay healthy, and I think Tua is just the guy for him. I think they need a possession receiver. I think Parker, would be phenomenal, but he's just injured all the time. So it's like you need a guy who's going to be healthy, and that will be the difference here. So it is. They gave him 4 on that one. It looked like offsides there by the Saints. I don't see a flag. Wow. It was clearly offsides, but they did not call it, and there was about a 4 or 5 yard loss there. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. How is that not offsides?
I don't know. I don't have the game in front of me. I didn't want to kill my internet connection with you.
Anybody else see this? They're not showing it, I'll tell you that much.
No, they won't.
They will not show the replay.
Yeah.
Maybe he just timed it perfect. But here we go. 3rd and 9, exactly where I spotted it. Tua in the shotgun. Gesicki in motion. And Tua steps in front of the pass rush and throws an interception right down the middle of the field, down to about the 30-yard line of the Saints. So it's interception for the Saints. Yeah, Tua overthrew his receiver. He was open. Tua had all day to throw. It was a bullet, like he throws, and it was right to Lattimore. Terrible, terrible play. I mean, there was no excuse for it because he stepped. They had the two ends rushed up. He stepped up in the pocket, and he basically had all day. He had a wide open receiver. It was Waddle, and he missed him, and then he overthrew further down the field. It's just a bad play. So it's about the 35-yard line. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll be on at 10 a.m. with my 7 and 5. Followed by the computer, whatever we call betting tool show. I'll be doing that. And then Joe Madden at 11 a.m. with Rod and Brian. Got Puck and Crazy tomorrow. Hockey back in action.
Wait for Puck and Crazy.
And there's Book trying to run. I'm going to guess there's going to be a hold on this play. But Book tried to run. He lost a yard. That goes as a sack if they don't accept the penalty, which I believe they will. Actually, illegal motion, and they do decline it, so they get the sack on the play. It's only a 1 yard loss, but they're declining the penalty. All right, well, thanks, everyone, for joining us. Let's make it a winning night.